Hi everyone. Since it is February and Valentine's Day, I thought it would only be natural to talk about the heart. So my videos this month are going to be all about heart and heart health. So this video is going to be about the heart and the cardiovascular system and kind of the science behind some of the things in our bodies and why they're there and what they do, and getting into blood types. So let's just jump right in. The heart is part of the cardiovascular system. There's also veins and arteries and capillaries. So your arteries are what carry the blood away from your heart, and they are full of, that blood is full of oxygen. So it delivers all around your body to all the parts that need oxygen. So veins carry the blood to the heart to get oxygen. So that is after it's already been delivered. The veins are the vessels that carry the blood back to the heart. And then the capillaries are the vessels in the lungs where the exchange of gases happens. So when you take a deep breath in and you breathe out, those are the capillaries in action there. So just a little bit of behind the scenes what's happening in your system without you thinking about it, thank goodness, right? There are a few different parts in your blood also that I thought would be important to mention. So we have white blood cells, which are responsible for helping with the invaders, and they're taking care of all of the sickness and things in your body. That is white blood cells. And then red blood cells are actually what carry oxygen in the blood. Then there's platelets. Those are the little tiny fragments that help your blood clot when necessary. If you have a problem with platelets, that can be really problematic. If you have too many, obviously you want your blood to be able to flow freely, but if you don't have enough to clot, that's a huge issue too. If you're taking blood thinners, you have to be very careful about when you're getting cuts that you are taking care of those right away. So platelets are super important for your blood. And then the last part of your blood, if we're oversimplifying it, is the plasma, and that is just if we're oversimplifying again, it's the liquid that carries everything around. And there's lots of other things happening there. There's lots of other areas in your blood, but those are like the main ones. Just trying to keep it simple here. Some vitamins that are really good for your heart are vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and vitamin K. So vitamin B, depending on which one you take, can give you like a flush, like make you feel super warm, and that's totally natural. I did not know that when I took one of the vitamin Bs, and it kind of freaked me out. So if you get super warm, I can't remember which one it is, I think it's vitamin B6. If you get super warm after taking vitamin B, it's totally normal. Those are really good for your heart. And then some minerals that are good for your heart are calcium, copper, iron, and magnesium. So if you are taking supplements, which I highly recommend, make sure that you have those minerals that are also listed in your, if you're taking like a multivitamin. If not, you might have to supplement with extra vitamins. So your blood is super important in your body. It transports lots of things. Again, for the purposes of this video, we will keep it simple. The main things that it transports are oxygen, because every cell, every part of your body needs oxygen, so that's super important. It also carries waste away from the cells, so it's kind of like that exchange, right? Every living thing has to have some kind of oxygen to breathe, and it has to have a way to get rid of waste, because just like you have waste you need to get rid of in the restroom, your cells have waste that they need to get rid of, and the blood carries that out of your system basically. It also transports nutrients. So we talked about digestion a while back. When your digestive system is pulling all of that nutrients out of your body, then the blood is what helps carry it to the different areas of your body and basically feeding your cells. It does carry hormones also, which are super important and do lots of very important things in the body. That's another whole nother video though. So that's the basic jobs of the blood in your body. Now, I thought it was really interesting to kind of dial down and pick apart the different types of blood. If you don't know, there are 4 different blood types, and you can get that tested when you get blood work done. You can ask them to test for your blood type. The easiest and probably cheapest way is to go and donate blood, and they will tell you what your blood type is. I am O positive, and I know that because I used to donate blood, and they would just tell you on your little slip what you were. So we're going to go through and talk about each of the blood types, and it's really interesting to me that different blood types, this is some scientists agree and some scientists disagree, just like almost everything, right? Some blood types are predisposed to certain things, or if you have a certain blood type, a certain diet. A lot of people believe a certain diet is more beneficial for you. So I think it's super interesting, and we don't follow it to a T because my husband and I are different blood types, and I'm not into baking and cooking multiple meals, but I just think it's kind of interesting to keep it like in the back of your mind, or if you're having some issues, to maybe focus on what you're eating and see if you can help there. So type A is the first one we're going to talk about, and this one is known as the cultivator. This is a natural vegetarian. So if you have type A blood, you need lots of exercise, you are eating more plants theoretically, right? And you tend to gain weight easier. You're prone to being alkaline, which is amazing. Alkaline is what you want your body to be on the pH scale. The alkaline's the higher numbers, and it's actually very good for you to be alkaline. And you may have thyroid problems. So that's type A blood type. If you are type B, this is kind of the nomad label, I guess, if you want to say. And this is more of a balanced. There's not a whole lot of information I found on type B. It's just said to avoid wheat, corn, and chicken. The least common in the United States is type AB, so that's an A parent and a B parent. And this one is kind of confusing because you can't decide if you want to be an A or B. You may have some vegetarian tendencies like type A on some days, but then not so much on others. You may suffer with memory problems, and it was recommended that you eat lots and lots of protein, especially like seafood and dairy, which is unusual because dairy isn't super good for you, causes lots of inflammation. It also said to avoid corn, beef, and chicken, which I thought was interesting. So the most common in the United States is type O, and this is the hunter. You are eating more. You typically don't digest well, and you have a lack of enzymes, which may make you gassy. You need more protein. Remember, this is the hunter, so very high protein diet, meat, limit grains, limit dairy. You may suffer with stomach ulcers and fertility issues, and you are prone to being acidic. Most meat is very acidic in the body, so when you eat a lot of meat, it makes your internal pH lower, and acidic is the lower level on the pH, which is not healthy to be in acidic state all the time, or often. That's the lower pH levels. When your body is that level, it can be a welcoming environment for some bad things that you don't want in there. So you've got to be careful there when you're eating lots and lots of meat that you don't get too acidic. And you can test your pH. You can order like little pH strips that you can either test with your saliva or you can test your urine. And there's specific times during the day. I think 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. are the best times to test your pH. And if you're looking at kind of your diet and what you're eating, if you're trying to regulate that, it's just something to think about. I always think it's fascinating that God put all these little clues in there for us, if you are willing to research and do the work. So just a couple other points. Make sure, look at my notes here, make sure I've covered everything. I wanted to talk about just a couple oils that are really good for your heart. Valerian is really good. It's a really grounding and calming oil. And then cypress is awesome for circulation. And if you are struggling with circulation, or if your heart is having to work harder, you might need some extra help in that circulation department, and cypress is really good. And cypress is a tree oil. It's grounding emotionally. I love the tree oils. They're really nice. Citrus oils are also good for your heart. So like lemon, tangerine, orange, all of those citrus oils are great for your heart. They're also a good mood booster. So if you're feeling kind of down, you want to smell a citrus oil. It can give you a little boost there. I like to combine citrus oils and tree oils in the diffuser. It makes a really nice smell. It's real fresh and just nice and refreshing. So those are tips for supporting the heart, and just some information on your blood and your circulatory system, your cardiovascular system. And I hope you will join me next week for more information.